Hello, people of the world that watch internet videos pertaining to cars. Welcome to this, my 1983 Datsun 280ZX, which might be going home with one of you soon. More on that story after this. Never mind. In the previous video, I de-nosed the Z because the original one looked like robot bacon. I don't know if robots eat bacon, but regardless, I got some new ones that just need to be painted to match. I also color sanded and polished the paint job since it looked like it was sprayed with a super soaker, and painted the hood vents black. And before I reassemble it, genuine Nissan part, OEM. What this is a thermo switch for the EFI system.
This thermo time switch provides an earth connection to the cold start valve,
which this thing runs pig rich at startup. I don't know why they call it pig rich, because pigs can't have money. They coins. Ow, that really hurt. I choked on spit at the same time. Feels like my head's bleeding on the inside now. In addition to those temp sensors, I also got a new O2 sensor for it because that kind of goes hand in hand. There we go. Ta-da! The original O2, which was a Bosch part. The new O2, also Bosch part. It's already got paste and crash washer, so I don't have to do anything. I should do it for that. The oxygen is now sensible. Gotta keep you on your toes. I'm jumping around quite a bit in this video. This bracket is not on the replacement panel, and there's 3 spot welds that hold it in place. Yep. Now I'm deaf. It's a fair argument to say that I could have reworked these original panels and repainted them. Ta-da! Bracket removed. I'm going to need these. However, I didn't because inside and out these things are covered in rubber undercoating. That would have been a miserable job. Now before I prep these for paint, all the fitment must be perfect. And I know you're probably looking at this going, it's red. Why do you need to paint it? Well, it's slightly different red. I had also considered painting this entire underbalance black because some Zs did come with a contrasting color from the factory, and I have to say it actually looks good, especially on cars that are white or silver. However, with this car being red, I don't feel it looks that great, so I decided to stick with the original color. Now this one is just in black E-coat still. Why does that look so good? So this side, the bracket was tweaked, and rather than weld these back on, I'm gonna make them bolt on through the guide holes. That way there's adjustability. I don't know why it wasn't like that to begin with. By doing this, I now have a little bit of adjustability in the position of that trim cap so I can get it nice and straight. The area where it's gonna go, roughly. So from the factory, the lower apron is coated in a texturized bed liner-like coating since it faces downward, so it's gonna get hit constantly with rocks and debris from the road. And I actually like that idea. It makes a lot of sense, and it's one of my pet peeves is rock chips. So by all means, I'm gonna replicate, which means 80 grit is required to give this some tooth for it to bond to. Don't want to sand all the way through. I do have something in case I do, but I don't want to. The stuff that I'm going to be spraying on this can't be sprayed DTM, which stands for direct to metal, because that's obviously how you spell direct to in metal. Unless, of course, you're talking about the number 2, but that also would start with the letter T, so it's still DTM. Nothing to do with the German race car series, though, although that's awesome. All I really need to do is the front. I had a point to what I was saying, and then my brain broke. Red scotch the inner part.
the new car.
Hello, welcome to the following day. That's a cute envelope. Another genuine Nissan part. I know this is a giveaway car, but this is the stuff that matters on old cars. Don't use cheap crap. I'm gonna lose coolant when I do this. I don't think I got enough plugs to replace this one. A little bit of citrus degreaser. All right, that's clean. I could very well use my digital voltmeter and the tech data and measure to make sure these sensors are actually functioning correctly, but it is likely never been replaced, so I'm gonna put another genuine brand new one in there just because it's 42 years old. Any decent technician knows that just throwing new parts at a problem is not how you effectively troubleshoot. It's just stupid and wasteful, and then you never know what the actual problem was. But because of the whole purpose of this car and its age, putting brand new OEM sensors in there is kind of, it's an insurance thing. It's a nice thing to do for whoever might end up with this car because they're expensive, and it's just, I don't know, it's good maintenance practice. I look at it because electronics do degrade over time. Or maybe I just have a fetish for fresh zinc. I mean, you can't deny that looks so much better. Thread sealant, thread sealant, thread sealant. A little bit of thread sealant. The thermo switch, which I really wish I would have replaced when I had this all apart, but luckily I replaced the plug over here so it should come off really easy. Oh, yep, 24. Can she get a 24 socket in there? Yes, she can. This is gonna pee coolant everywhere. I don't see any wet yet. It only has like what? Oh, maybe I just gotta pry on it. Maybe it's already out. It's full of corrosion, so oh my God. It's not stripped or anything, I don't think. It's just full of gunk. There you go. That sensor was so stuck in there, it bent just trying to take it out. New sensor goes in. I put the slightest micro dab of thread sealant on there because this one does have a crush washer. And that is the last sensor for the ECU to know where the ECU is because it knows where the ECU isn't.
Consequently, the position where it is now the position that it wasn't.
I totally forgot about this. Paint correction. Done. In addition to fixing the front lower balance on this car, the side skirt area also suffers from a different similar problem. From here down, although there's some overspray of something on there. It looks like spray paint. All right, all right, all right. Well, that is satisfying. That changes everything. I might have to change my plans here because I didn't think, no, I'll do it. There's a spot right here that needs my attention. What in the half-assery is going on over here? So that's black right there, and that's not just wiping off. I think this was originally black down here from the factory. Don't mind me while I block what I'm doing with my fat head. That little black blob you see is an area where the rubber undercoating had peeled off and developed some surface rust. Initially, it was a lot smaller than this, but last night I wire wheeled up around the area where it was failing, treated it with OSPO and then POR, so that way no more corrosion can grow. Luckily, the metal is still solid right there, so I really want to just sand down the entire rocker and redo the whole thing, but then that just leads into the rabbit hole of repainting the whole car, and I don't have enough time left or the budget to do that or a paint booth. What I do have though is a can-do attitude and nature's paint booth. Wow, that is adhesed really well. Yeah, I definitely don't want to redo all this because that is bonded. Just trying to get any area where it's failing, but the wire wheel's not even taking it off. How do people screw this up so bad when jacking up cars? When it comes to repairing pinch welds, smooth brain pliers are the best invention ever. Not sponsored, just the tool itself. If you own a used car or buy a used car and these are all dinked up, this is so satisfying. You can de-hamburgerify this metal. It probably is a little bit weaker just because it's been bent a couple times. Close that up. You can also tack weld onto it with one of those dent pullers and bang down with a slide hammer if it's all pushed up. Keep in mind though, it is gonna dink up the paint, so that's just a reason to redo this area. It's not perfect, but it's better than it was. My metal's still solid, so I wire wheeled any areas where the rubber undercoating was chipped or failing to get it down to bare metal. And then any areas right here where the pinch weld was taco meat, see how it's black underneath? From here down was black originally, here up was body color red. Now, had this been done when someone spray painted this, I wouldn't be doing this. Need to step up my vocabulary. There we go. Ew. I don't even know how I'm gonna get the schmoo off of this. It looks like this is just held on with yellow weather stripping adhesive, which I have some, so that works perfect. Easy peasy. I don't know what the hell someone sprayed on this, but it was wrong. It's hard to see on camera, but with this lighting right here, I think you guys get an idea of why I'm doing this. Now the question is, how well is that stuff bonded to this? Yeah. I'm still seeing the texture. As you can see, there's still quite a bit of work left on this thing, and I am doing a giveaway on it if you were not aware. There is no purchase necessary to enter or win. Full rules and details are listed on my website, sarentuned.com, where you can also go to purchase merchandise or my own RoboBubble detailing products. Every dollar you spend will gain you an entry to win either this car or a cash-only prize option if you don't want it. Hello, people of tomorrow. Would have made sense to detail and paint correct the car after I did this. All these areas that I treated with OSPO and POR are requiring some tooth for it to adhere to. Although I'm pretty sure this stuff would bond to the rubbery side of a chicken, it's so sticky. Prep it with a little bit of waterborne wax and grease remover. Alright, should be enough tooth right there. Oh, this thing just fucking sprayed my face. Why is everything junk? Acid etch primer. Any areas that I burnt through when I was sanding with 80 grit to prep, I need to coat in this stuff. To replicate the OEM finish on the lower chin spoiler, I got some tintable dinosaur liner and some color matched tint coat to the factory color. This is clear but textured. This is red, but red. I gotta mix it with a hardener, so it's a 2K process. And in theory, this should be more durable than what came on there from the factory. Even though I just got this made up, I'm gonna mix it really good. I need this to match absolutely flawless since I'm doing a blend job with it. So 4 ounces is half of this. That's 4 ounces. Now hardener. 8 ounces of this stuff. There, please be enough room. Perfect. Should be ready to spray. Man, is it hot out here. I'm gonna wear a respirator regardless though. Sweet, that looks like factory. That's perfect. Because this stuff is so thick and the spray pattern is very controllable, I don't really have to worry about masking a lot of stuff off because it's not gonna aerosolize and get everywhere. I knew I jinxed myself by adding the get everywhere part at the end. Oh no! Well, RIP to those shoes. I managed to get it off the concrete, but RIP to my sneaker. All done. So much better. I decided to keep the center black. And as far as the rocker area goes, look at that. It blends in. You can barely see where it was. If you didn't know where it was, you wouldn't even really pay attention. I also redid the bottom portion black like it's supposed to be from the factory. Unfortunately though, it started spitting rain, so I can't shoot the louvers. I gotta wait. I know on camera it looks like the bracket is a different color, but that's actually just because this is misted in overspray and it's e-coat underneath. So this actually color matches the car. I probably should wait at least a day for this to harden, but I'm impatient. Wow. That, for being a different, I'm actually impressed at how well that matches. I mean, that's pretty good already right there. The original hardware that held the center portion in was Phillips head screws and they were all stripped, so I'm replacing them with the same thing but a 10 mil head instead. It'll make it a lot easier for removal. That fitment is pretty damn good. Just gotta tweak it a little bit and it will be perfect. Probably should have did this when I had it not bolted in, but it's whatever. Sam Witwicky. Why do I have that stuck in my head? If that airbox doesn't scream 1983, I don't know what does. Like, how sick is this? It's painted like a weird industrial baby blue gray color. The air filter that's in this thing is already brand new, so I don't need to change it. Whoa. Yeah, can't have that. Gotta do something about these. Rubber butyl, do it how the factory would have did it.
Found these real Jack. And when these run out?
It's the following day, and I decided to fix something else that was bothering me. Come on, eat. It's like watching a snake try to eat an earthworm. It's like a graboid. This will be much cleaner. It bothered me just having raw wire hanging underneath this bumper cover for the fog lights for multiple reasons. If there's one thing that drives me crazy, it's messy, sloppy aftermarket wiring. You have no idea how excited I am to start another full-blown restoration because I'm like addicted to it. I can't just do things partial. I want to strip this car all down to bare metal and make it all new again. Hold that in with a rivet. Rather than weld this, I'll make it semi-removable. There you go. And now you'll see why I did what I did, because this ties it all in together. Da-da-da! That's what's up. No more ugly, smashed up under chin spoiler area. And the grill is black. The bottom chin spoiler area is black. It kind of flows with that shape. And I think it just adds a little bit of contrast to the front end, breaks it up a little bit, and ties in with the black vents in the hood and then the black rub strip that goes down the middle of the car. Still gotta paint the rear window louvers and put those back on since it was raining out and I couldn't finish that. But before I do, those sensors I replaced. It's gonna be stinky. The belt is loose, I can hear it squeaking a little bit. It's idling. It's better than it was, a lot better than it was. It still struggles at cold start. So I think what I need to do is take the cover off on the AFM and on the throttle body itself and clean up the contacts in there really good and do some voltage checks and see. Also, there's potential the ECU might have bad or leaking capacitors in it that's screwing with the AFR when it's cold like this. Yeah, it seems like just that idle. The AFR is a little wrong. So I had the cold start injector unplugged that whole time. So if everything is working correctly now, that might have been why. Good news, bad news. Good news, everything I've done has not been for waste. Everything that's been replaced has improved how this car runs. However, below 3,000 RPM and at cold start and idle, you can still hear it's a little choppy, which leads me to believe it is the things I said it would be earlier. So anyone that owns one of these cars or has owned one of these cars knows exactly what comes next. This guy and this guy. I will be tearing those apart and we will be looking at 42-year-old electronics and to see if I can repair these and make this thing run good. And as of the day I'm filming this, I only got a couple more weeks left to figure this stuff out and get it going. So no stress, because I have a can-do attitude. Somebody in Australia just laughed at that one. You're welcome, I'm an idiot. Also, I have a couple mystery items in 2 boxes over there that I haven't installed on this thing yet. I completely forgot about. So I'm gonna shut up now and edit this video and I'll see you guys soon with another. Bye.